Well, good morning, everyone. You're taking a live look over the plaza right now with a bit of sunshine out there, but that mid-level cloud deck, it's going to make it kind of a grayer forecast for us for most of the day. There will be blue skies at times, but a lot more cloud cover out there for today. Mild temperatures. We do have wet weather chances. Those are growing. We're increasing temperatures too. There's a lot going on in the next several days. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Monday to you. First Warn 5 meteorologist Greg Bennett here. Much to discuss when it comes down to our outlook for the next couple of days. I want to start you off with the rain chances that we have for today. And so far, it's going to be minimal. We're looking at only about 20% chances for that wet weather to occur. And it's mainly towards the late afternoon and early evening. With that being said, it's all about the location of that. And most of this is going to be to the northeast as we move forward to this time frame, about Livingston County, Bethany area, Mercer, Grundy counties. Those locations could see some of this light shower activity. And that's the best location. I'm not ruling out the opportunity here to the metro. We definitely have enough moisture content. The question is it just going to condense enough for mid-level cloud cover, or do we get a little bit of a drizzle or a light shower out of it? That's the question that remains to be unseen until we make it into the day side and we see us at the greatest potential for wet weather. But overall, it's really not going to slow you down for today at all. And same thing goes for our Tuesday too. We could see some in the morning and then a little bit into the mid-afternoon at about 20% rain chances. So not too bad out there. Temperatures out the door currently, we are dealing at 7:37 in the morning. There you go, some upper 30s to the mix. Those are your actual air temperatures, and we've been talking about this all morning long. Pardon me. All morning long. There's just a little bit of wind, very little wind, but it's just enough to give us a feel-like temperature. So as we're dealing with those upper 30s for actual air temperature, the feel-like temperature is around the freezing mark. So it's worthwhile to have that hoodie or that sweater, that jacket on for this morning, knowing very well and dandy that we're going to be increasing the temperature into the day side, even with the cloud cover. Let me show you the school bus forecast because the kids are finally back in from their spring break. But you can see as we make it to 3 p.m., we've got lower 60s to the mix, which is above average already, our average high being about 58 degrees. So we're doing pretty good there, but the official high temperature is going to be closer to around 65 degrees. And we're going to achieve that somewhere between about 4 and 5 o'clock into the early evening. Now, we continue to increase temperatures moving forward. Okay, so we're talking easily tomorrow, mid-upper 60s, low 70s into the outlook. I'm trying to find that temperature pattern for you, and it looks like I'm just going to have to search it the old-fashioned way. So you're just going to have to give me a second here as we look through it. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Spring is in. Tomorrow's low 70s. We're going to drop a little bit into the upper 60s, but again, warmer than even today's forecast. And then we're soaring to 75 degrees on Thursday afternoon. Friday should be 76. Great stuff. But as we move to Thursday, the rain chances actually increase. We're going to get to about a 30% chance for wet weather out there. So I'm going to take you through what you can anticipate during that time frame, because that's a big day for us. We've got the home opener with the Kansas City Royals, and so far there's 10 o'clock in the morning. You can see how we're meandering around some wet weather out there. That's definitely showing us about a 30% wet weather opportunity, and that is on several different extended forecast data models. So there's confidence in this, there's consistency in this, but this is the good news. Like I said, it's all about the timing. And so far, we talk about maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This stuff is off around Columbia, moving over to St. Louis, rather than being over our neck of the woods. Now, it should still be gray out the door, and it's still going to be breezy. We're still expecting gusts up to about 20 miles an hour, maybe even 25 miles per hour. But the wet weather hopefully should be done with our neck of the woods. Now, this can still alter. We could slow down the wet weather pattern and pushing more towards the south and east. So it is something that we'll keep our eyeballs on very closely. But Thursday does begin that 30% wet weather risk. Continues into Friday. We're going to pull some wet weather out of Oklahoma. You can see how it kind of fades out here, though, in our latest update from the data systems. And then we get to Saturday. Most of Saturday is okay. We are going to see cloud cover and little bits of isolated showers, but then we really build it out by the evening. You see that? There you go, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and then we get into the early morning of Sunday with this. It's a front that doesn't quite drop all the way down into our neck of the woods, the Missouri River Valley, but it's in close proximity to us. We're gathering plenty of fuel out of the south. There's actually another disturbance out of the south that kind of makes it around Tulsa and then moving over into Arkansas. So all of this supports some wet weather expanding into our neck of the woods, even though we don't have a direct collision with a storm system like a front passing overhead. So that gives us an opportunity for rain. Thunderstorms are possible here. So far, we don't have enough instability and convective available potential energy, or CAPE, in order to see a severe weather risk pop up. Again, we are days and days out, so we could definitely see changes and alterations to our atmosphere that will make it maybe a little bit more conducive for that to occur. So we are going to keep our eyeballs on it, but this is our biggest opportunity for wet weather right now, looking to be Saturday night into Sunday morning, bringing in kind of a scattered wet weather risk with a few isolated thunderstorms along the way. All right, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring up our Security Bank 7-day forecast, and I'm going to get my face out of the way, so that way you can just see the whole thing. And it just gives you an idea of the whole forecast, right? So there it is, and there's our 30% rain risk for our Thursday forecast. You can see the daytime high, 75 degrees. I think at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it should be closer to about 74. And then as we move towards the end of the game, we should hover around that 75-degree mark. But it does come with wind, okay? So breezy conditions out there. We're still watching out for kind of a gray forecast with a few showers kind of lingering around. Hopefully, it'll kick more towards the east, and we won't have to worry about that umbrella weather, but I just want that in the back of your head as you head over to the home opener. Does this mean we could potentially see a lightning delay? It's plausible. Is it on the high side? No, not at this time. It's better chances to see an isolated thunderstorm more into Friday's forecast than Thursday's. So hopefully we won't have ourselves a delay here of game due to maybe a lightning in proximity to the K, but we could maybe see a couple of drip drops out there. It shouldn't stop you from going to the game, though, and it's not going to really stop the game either if we do see a few showers pop in and out. Should be good to go there. All right, guys, that is your forecast. Another live look over the plazas, what we're going to deal with. Again, morning is gray. We're going to keep a lot of clouds through the day today with very limited isolated drizzle or shower opportunities out there, mainly towards the late afternoon and early evening. Daytime highs are making it to the middle 60s.